Hey, thanks for joining. You did it. Nice job. Introducing our project management trainer, speaker, author, and coach to thousands of professionals and organizations worldwide, including NASA, the U.S. Air Force, USACE, U.S. Army, the Department of Transportation, the FBI. Your friend, Phil. Over to you, Phil.
Hello, my friends. How you doing? Welcome to Project Management 101, the basic drill. Now, if you've watched the video of the project management formula, you should be able to answer a number of these questions. So let's get started with the very first question. Project management is the application of what? I'll give you 10 seconds. Three, two, one. The answer is C. Knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques. Project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to produce the end result, the deliverable, the unique deliverable. Next question. Project examples could include which of the following? 10 seconds. Three, two, and one. The answer to this is all of the above. If you open up the PMBOK Guide 6th edition at the very beginning, you see a number of projects that are listed. Publishing a children's book, a vaccine, sending human beings to the moon. All of those are examples of projects. Let's go to our next question. The PMBOK Guide and the Standard for Project Management are both in one book. True or false? 10 seconds. Three, two, and one. The answer to this question is true. The PMBOK Guide and the Standard for Project Management are in the same book. Part 2 of the PMBOK Guide is the Standard for Project Management. In fact, if you look at the book itself that we often call the PMBOK Guide, it reads, "A Guide to the Project Management Body of Knowledge." PMBOK Guide. And then at the bottom it reads, includes the Standard for Project Management, ANSI PMI 99001 2017. So the answer is true. They are both in the same book. Next question. A dash is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. What do you think? I'll give you 10 seconds to think about it. Three, two, and one. Thank you very much. The answer to this is none other than project. A project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. Let's go on to our next question. How many knowledge areas are there in the PMBOK Guide? 10 seconds. Three, two, and one. The answer to this is 10 knowledge areas. And just in case you need a reminder about those knowledge areas, I will teach you my mnemonic very quickly. The mnemonic to remember the knowledge areas is as follows. It goes like this. I saw 6 chipmunks quietly roasting coffee, reading poetry stories. I saw 6 chipmunks quietly roasting coffee. You could think of your local coffee house. Reading poetry stories. I saw 6 chipmunks quietly roasting coffee, reading poetry stories. Simple as that. So, I is for integration, integration management. S, scope management. The other S, schedule management. The C, cost management. The Q, quality management. The R, resource management. The C, communications management. The R, risk management. The P, procurement management. And the S, stakeholder management. So that is 10 knowledge areas. Now in the PMBOK guide, they refer to these as project integration management, project scope management, project schedule management, project cost management, and so on. But there are 10. It is also important as you study that you realize how many processes are in each knowledge area. Now that will be a question for a different day, but just to get you going, there are 7 in integration and there are 7 in risk. Those are the largest knowledge areas. There are 6 in scope, 6 in schedule. There are 4 in cost, 3 in quality. There are 3 in communications. When it comes to risk, I beg your pardon, that is risk. This one right here, the first R, that sneaky little R there is actually not risk. That R is a resource. So there are 6 in resource management. And in the second R, which is risk, there are 7. You know, my next question in our other sessions are going to be, do you know all the 49? In procurement, we have 3, and in stakeholder engagement, stakeholder management rather, we have 4. And if you add them all up, 13, 19, 23, 26, 32, 35, 42, 45, 49. So there are 49 processes, but there are 10 of these knowledge areas. Okay? I hope that gave you a reminder. Remember, this is 101. I know some of you are far ahead. You're very advanced in this, and this is child's play to you. Nonetheless, a good reminder. Let's go to our next question. Fulfillment of project objectives may produce which of the following? I'll give you a minute for this one. It is significantly long. Go for it. Three, 2, and 1. Let's end the poll. The answer to this is C. Fulfillment of project objectives may produce a unique result, such as an outcome or document. The reason why A is not correct is because it mentions the word not or not unique. Anytime you've got a non-unique or not unique output, we're not talking about a project per se. That will not be the best option to choose. So this says not unique, so we're not going to choose that. And this says non-unique. B says non-unique. And D says a repetitive task. Those are not the hallmarks of a project. So a project should deliver a unique result. Let's go to our next question. Examples of projects include, I'll give you 30 seconds for this. 3, 2, and 1. The answer to this one is all of the options. If you read them carefully, you realize that they're all projects. In addition, if you read the PMBOK guide and open up to the very beginning, you will realize that many of these are directly from the PMBOK guide. Okay? So as you read through the PMBOK guide, there's another page I want you to take note of. And this page puts projects into a tabular view as examples. This is on page 9 of the PMBOK guide. Definitely a nice one for you to read as you're trying to unravel Project Management 101. Let's go to our next question. How many process groups are there in the PMBOK guide? 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. The answer to this, my friends, we've talked about this in previous episodes, but in this one, the answer is 5 process groups. What are the 5 process groups? Remember the mnemonic. I prefer extra money in cash. Initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing. Those are the 5 process groups. Next question. Dash is concerned with the ongoing production of goods or services. It ensures that business operations continue efficiently by using the optimal resources needed to meet customer demands. What do you think? 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. In the last episode, we talked about project management, different from functional management, different from operations management. The answer is operations management B. Let's move on. Which of the following describes the PMBOK guide? 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. The answer to this one, my friends, is framework, not methodology. A methodology is cut from a larger framework. The PMBOK guide is a framework from which you can cut a methodology. Next question. This is a little bit more advanced than the easier ones I've shown you. The dash is a documented economic feasibility study used to establish the validity of the benefits of a selected component lacking sufficient definition, and that is used as a basis for the authorization of further project management activities. I'm going to give you a minute. Three, 2, and 1. So, to answer this question, you need a little bit more in-depth knowledge in the PMBOK guide. But we know in the PMBOK guide, if you go to page 30, you'll find the narrative regarding the business case. And on page 30, it reads, the project business case is a documented economic feasibility study. The answer to this is business case. Let's go to our next question. How many processes are there in the PMBOK guide? We've talked about this. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. The answer to this, my friends, is 49. We just talked about this. There are 49 processes. Okay. Here is another question from page 30. All the following are parts of the business case except. I'll give you 30 seconds to think about this. Three, 2, and 1. The answer to this is earned value to be delivered. The earned value to be delivered is not part of the business case. If you're familiar with the PMBOK guide, you'll also realize that this may not make absolute sense because the earned value is talked about when the project has advanced and when you are in planning. That is when you plan which value to deliver for each time period. Let's go to our next question. The dash involves understanding business goals and objectives, issues and opportunities, and recommending proposals to address them. The results of the dash may be summarized in the business case document. Again, this is a page 30 question. I'll give you 20 seconds. Three, 2, and 1. The answer to this one, my friends, is none other than the needs assessment. Page 30 tells the story. And we have come to the end of our review of the very basics of the PMBOK guide. In my last episode, I shared with you the project management formula. If you have not watched that episode, I want to encourage you to do so. I think you'll find the episode to be quite informative, especially if you are new to project management. For those of you getting ready for the exam, if you've got any questions about products and services that can help you, I want to encourage you to go on down to Praizion.com, send any questions to support@Praizion.com, and in the weeks ahead, we are going to be having some tech camps where we talk about the technicalities of the more difficult pieces in the PMBOK guide. So if you want to join us, stay tuned to the channel, and we'll be making an announcement. Thank you very much, and all the very best in your prep.